I'm pleased to take you to the UK, just outside of London. Ross Hartshorn joins us. He's written a book called The Adventures of Kumakawa. Oh, I love that name. The horse that will try anything. And today it's karate. It is a beautifully illustrated and well-written book. So entertaining. So here he is on America Tonight with me, Kate Delaney. Ross, what a pleasure to have you on. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell me about the road to writing Kumakawa. How did this all come about this special horse?
The lady that I was lucky enough to meet in 2020, called Mary Turner Thompson, famous author of The Bigamist, thought that it would be a good idea for me to write a children's book. And I racked my brains with an idea, what can I write about? And the only thing that came into my mind was one of the horses that I owned, whose name was Kumakawa, a brilliant racehorse. He won 8 races. He ran over 100 times in his career, and he was extremely naughty, and he caused me a lot of trouble in my life as well. But that's another story. and I decided that he lives with a sheepdog called Daisy in South Wales, and I thought they would make a good couple for heroes of the book. And on the day that this happened, my partner's grandson, who's 10, came along to the house in his karate gear. And I thought, Kumakawa, Japanese name, karate, Japanese martial art, why don't we put them together? And then I thought, yeah, he can learn some moves, it can be educational, and we can have a bit of fun. So that's how it came along.
And it's interesting, right in the very beginning, you talk about, the relationship between the two. You talk about they live in the beautiful valleys of South Wales, where Kuma loves being able to trot up the mountain path to meet his horse friends, always feeling safe because his friend Daisy, the sheepdog, was there to keep an eye on him. And that truly is their relationship.
It is their relationship. Daisy is amazing. She will not leave his side. She will look after him. Remember, he's getting old now. He's 26, and Daisy herself is 11 at the moment. And Helen, their owner, leaves the stable door open, and when he comes out in the morning, he trots down into the field. It's a big field, and it goes up into a hill, and they go off together, and they just enjoy themselves. It's a wonderful thing, and their relationship is incredible. And the picture on the front of the book is how they actually spend their time. They're nose to nose so much of the time. It's a wonderful relationship, and they're two amazing animals.
So for you to write about that relationship and what you've seen, how fun was that once you were given the nudge to do it, thinking, well, I can't write a children's book, then you dive into it. Did it just kind of pour out of you?
It did. It's amazing. I didn't really have to think. I just sit there and I write. I write longhand, and then I type it up later. I've learned to do a bit of typing, but I do, when I write, I don't seem to think. I just sit down and my hand moves, and at the end of it, I've written the story. It's weird.
And tell me about the illustrations, because I think the illustrations really pay off. I mentioned that right in the beginning, and finding Charlotte and the road to her, because finding the right illustrator can be expensive and time consuming, and it's difficult sometimes to get the right person.
It is indeed. As I say, I was quoted lots of money for 15, normally a children's book, 32 pages, 15 or 16 drawings. I was quoted an awful lot of money to get these pictures drawn. And I thought, well, I can't afford that, so that'll be the end of that. And one of my friends was working in a house, and on the wall of this house was a picture had been done by a local artist of a pet Alsatian. And he knew that I was looking for an artist. He took a snap of it and whimmed it over to me on the phone. And he found out that the girl who drew it worked in a flower shop in the village. And I went down and met her, and we hit it off immediately. And I gave her my story and said, would you read that and see if you can think of some drawings for it? And a week later, she came back with a storyboard, and she said, "This is a dream come true for me." And off she went, and now she's illustrated 3 of them.
Oh, I love it. So Kumakawa, you can pick up on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or anywhere where great books are sold. And
Yeah.
you just see that right on the cover. You can see that wonderful relationship. When kids read this book or they're given this book, what do you hope they take away?
I think number one, that it doesn't really matter what shape or size you are. You can do anything if you want to. And it just gives you the idea that even, when it comes to doing the karate, Max realizes that some of the joints don't work in animals as they do for humans. But he adapts it so that they can do the things. And that's what I think children like, to be able to have a go at something. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as what you're being taught. You can adapt everything. And it's just fun. And one of the parents who bought the book told me that their 3-year-old couldn't read the book, but actually enjoyed practicing the moves that the animals were doing. And even at 3 years old, they were transfixed by the pictures. And I think, Charlie's done an incredible job. She's very, very talented, very talented.
And as you mentioned, there's a couple of books. There's 3 books. The Adventures of Kumakawa, The Horse That Will Try Anything. Today it's ballet. The Adventures of Kumakawa, The Horse That Will Try Anything. Today he's Australian. I love it. How far do you go with this? Are you just going to keep writing them?
Well, ballet was an absolute cinch because he's named after Tietsu Kumakawa, the ballet dancer. So he had to do ballet. And there's a little Chinese girl who lives opposite me, and she's Evelyn. So everybody in these books are real. And then the reason he became Australian is because when he was racing, the commentators on the track used to get tongue-tied with his name, and they used to call him Kumawaka. And as you know, Waka in Australia means a mate. So people used to say to me, "Oh, who's Australian?" Because everybody's calling him Waka. And that's why we did the Australian book. The fascinating thing is that in the square that I live, there is a assisted living home with some disabled people, 4 teenagers going up to adults. And about 8 months ago, one of the parents came over and said, the kids really love your books, but isn't it a shame that disabled people are never in books? Would you write a book featuring disabled people? And that's exactly what I've done. So the next book is called Today Kumakawa Meets His Friends, and the cover picture is the 4 adults and children that live in that house, and in that book they're playing football.
Ah, what a wonderful thing. See, the inspiration comes from all different aspects of your life and people that you've met, right?
Exactly, and everybody in the book is real.
Everybody's real. Yeah,
everybody's real. So the 4 people in the book about the disabled people, they're actually real people, and they are. I've shown Charlie's just finished the cover for that, and it's incredible. So all we've got is the 4 people. We've left Kuma and Daisy off that cover, and I've shown them the cover. They just can't believe that they're in a book. It's just to see the joy in their faces is just amazing. It's a journey it gets better and better as I go along. It's just so much fun, and it's such a pleasure to do it. It's amazing.
Would you have ever thought, with everything that's happened with you through teaching, through owning your own business, through being involved with horses yourself, would you have ever thought that you would have come to this place where you're writing these books?
Never. Just a complete and utter accident. I didn't know. I mean, I wrote poetry when I was 11, but that was about it, really. Very strange.
And so I can't wait to see what happens next with Kumakawa, because I think we're going to see many more books with Kumakawa.
I think it's actually endless what he can do. I thought with all this attachment now to the USA, I can see them playing American football next.
Nice. I like that. The idea of that is wonderful.
Or baseball even. Baseball will be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I said, you can get them for a song, you can get them on Amazon, you can get them wherever great books are sold. We wish you continued success. Ross, what a delight to spend some time with you.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Visit us at www.greatwritersmedia.com. Email us at info@greatwritersmedia.com or call us at +1 877 556 0487.